Hey everyone, happy Monday. Today is Monday, September 14th, 2020. This is Isaiah Real. Thank you so much for listening today, wherever you may be, wherever you may be listening. Hey, thank you for making us a part of your day. In today's Monday market commentary, I want to share with you a couple highlights. Typically, I send my Monday market commentary to only my clients. Yes, there's hundreds of other people that receive my emails, but when it comes to the Monday market commentary, I try to make it geared towards you, my clients, just to give you a couple highlights to begin your week when it comes to the markets, and to share with you a couple things that I'm thinking about currently. And that's an opportunity for me to share with you throughout that week, a touch point, I guess you can say, of what I'm thinking in my head in regards to the markets. And so in today's Monday market commentary, yes, I'm going to share with you a thought about the markets, but there's a couple improvements that, in fact, I'm making for you, for the client experience. And so I want to introduce that to you today. I'm going to be talking about this more as we come in the upcoming months. Actually, the upcoming weeks, I should say. So you're going to hear about this more and more. But today, I just want to plant that seed. I just want to introduce to you some of the improvements that I'm making for you, my clients. Okay, so let's talk about the markets here. Markets had a rough week last week again. The S&P 500 was down just about 2.5%. So let's put a little bit of stuff into perspective here for the markets. The last 5 months, consecutive months, have been positive. So when we lay that out, really, hey, we've had just about 20 weeks of us being positive news in the markets, positive momentum for the markets. Really, it's been 20 weeks of positivity for the markets. And now we've had the first 2 weeks of us having some negative momentum. And so when you put that into perspective, gosh, the markets are doing fantastic for 20 weeks. We're having 2 weeks of hiccups. You know what? That's part of the market. Being in the market, there's ups and downs, there's patterns, and there's minor stock market corrections. And right now we're having one. And so when I take a look at that for you, for my clients, yes, I'm always paying attention to make sure, hey, is there something else happening out there that we need to address right now, or that we need to make adjustments for your client portfolios? As of right now, I don't see it at this exact moment. There's a couple things I've spoken to a few of you about possibly increasing or adding something to the portfolio. But right now, I don't see anything at this exact moment in time that signals for us to make drastic changes to your portfolio. So yes, we've had a couple rough weeks, but overall, I am positive with the stock markets moving forward. So I want to share with you my 2 cents about that with the stock market. Now, transitioning, I want to share with you, I want to introduce to you something that I'm going to be adding to our client experience. And hopefully it's going to help quite a bit. And we can use this when we do our portfolio review calls and when we meet in person. And what I'm adding to the experience is a risk management software to help us manage the risk of your portfolios, and also to help us make efficient decisions with moves to make inside your portfolio. So we're going to be adding a platform called Riskalyze. It's one word, Riskalyze. It's analyzing risk is really what it is. And so there's many things that this platform does, but I want to highlight 3 things just to plant the seed. And of course, we'll talk about this as the weeks go on. What Riskalyze does is it allows us to see exactly what type of risk are you, the client, willing to take. Every single one of you out there has sit down with me. We've done a risk assessment. If you remember, it's a Schwab risk assessment. This is going to be a little different. This is getting more specific. It asks you, how much risk do you want? We're eliminating the stereotypes of risk tolerances from conservative to aggressive. Riskalyze uses leading scientific theory to pinpoint your risk number. So think about it as if you're on the freeway, right? They want you to go 65 miles an hour. Well, do you prefer going 70 miles an hour? Do you prefer going 60 miles an hour? Do you prefer going 55 miles an hour? These risk assessments allow us to pinpoint exactly what type of risk you're willing to take, not just being conservative or aggressive. It allows us to see exactly, hey, what do you want in your monies when it comes to risk? That's one thing. The second thing is it allows us to analyze your portfolios at a much more detailed level. Of course, you already know that we do a very good job of managing your investments via sector rotation model. We have a way to see what are the best in-class investments for you. Well, now we can pinpoint exactly not only the best in-class investments for you, but also to what's the risk individually for each of those investments and doesn't make sense for you. So we can even fine-tune your portfolio even more to make sure, hey, it fits your exact needs. And then the third thing is it allows us to really help you for those of you that are retired, which is most of you. It's going to allow us to put more maps together for yourself. We can stress test your portfolios. Hey, for these retirement monies, what if 9/11 happens again? What if coronavirus happens again? What if the dot-com bubble happens again? We can do all of those, adding in, if we take more monies from the portfolio, what's that going to look like? If we take less monies from the portfolio, what will that look like? If we're going to pay for a wedding, if we're going to get a new car, if we're going to do home improvements, it's going to allow us to see all kinds of different variations of what can happen to your monies with specific actions that we take. And so it's going to be a very nice platform. I'm giddy about it. Maybe I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to this kind of stuff, but that's okay. I'd rather do this for you than not. I'm excited to introduce this to all of you. So I just want to introduce that to you. It's called Riskalyze. If you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, please feel free to give me a call. In the next week or two, I'm going to be sending you a video just introducing you to Riskalyze, and throughout the upcoming weeks too as well. I'll be talking to every single one of you, so quite a bit of work on my end, which I don't mind. Giving you a call, let's talk about this, and let's get this integrated into your plan. It's not going to change anything. Fees, everything stays the same. It's all on my end. It's just a simple conversation for you and I to have, and that's all that I need on your end. Just a moment of your time. So if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great week. For those of you in California, hey, continue to stay safe with these fires. Wear a mask. Try to be safe. I know it's tough out there. Hopefully we can get through this together. And for those of you who have firefighters in your families, thank you. Thank you so much. I know quite a few of you have family members that are firemen and for the fire departments. You guys are the heroes right now. So thank you so much. I look forward to talking to all of you soon. Have a great beginning of your week, and we'll take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. This podcast is for informational purposes only and does not constitute a complete description of our investment services or performance. This podcast is in no way a solicitation or offer to sell securities or investment advisory services except where applicable in states where we are registered or where an exemption or exclusion from such registration exists. Information throughout this podcast, whether stock quotes, charts, articles, or any other statements or statements regarding markets or financial information, is obtained from sources which we and our suppliers believe reliable, but we do not warrant or guarantee the timeliness or accuracy of this information. Nothing on this podcast should be interpreted or to state or imply that past results are an indication of future performance. Neither we nor information providers shall be liable for any errors or inaccuracies regardless of cause or the lack of timeliness of, or for any delay or interruption in the transmission thereof to the user. There are no warranties expressed or implied as to the accuracy, completeness, or results obtained from any information posted on this or any linked website or podcast.